Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing something a little different. I'm a little sideways because it's the best way to fit on the screen here while we take a look at some artwork. We have a very interesting account that I've come across. You guys might have come across it too. They say, my mom doesn't know anything about Pokemon, but she loves to draw. I've challenged her to draw Pokemon based only on descriptions from Bulbapedia. And then they have a WordPress website here, which is pretty cool. Basically, we'll have the Bulbapedia description, and then it'll have an altered their description of the Pokemon and the resulting Pokemon. So we're gonna scroll through. I want you guys to let me know which one's your favorite. If the Pokemon world gets zapped, it's gone. And these are the Pokemon we're stuck with. Some of them are pretty cursed, but some of them are pretty great as well. Some of them are very spot on. So let me know your favorite down below. Let me know which one's the best and which one's the worst in terms of like how close it is to the actual Pokemon. So some of it could be description based and they're thrown off a little bit by that. I find it a little bit hard to believe that like even if someone doesn't know anything about Pokemon, to avoid seeing or knowing what a Pikachu looks like, or even like a Charizard, would be pretty tough. Or even like the Gen 1 starters, like a Bulbasaur, that sort of thing. So it would be interesting to see. Keep track of this. Give them a little follow on the Instagram if you want to stay tuned for more of these drawings. All right, let's get through. Let's go through. I'm going to comment on some of these. We got a Rapidash. Some of the horse Pokemon are very interesting. The art style is pretty wild. The Alolan Vulpix here is pretty cool. Gotta like that. Arboliva is pretty spot on. Alolan Grimer, not so much. He does look pretty awesome. Looks very 90s crazy slime monster. That's cool. Pichu, pretty close. So I guess if you had an idea of what a Pikachu looks like, or maybe the description is just really good. We got regular Vulpix that looks a whole lot like the Alolan Vulpix, which makes sense if their description is just kind of snowy or fiery. That'd be pretty spot on. Cubchoo is pretty close. He's pulling on his boogers. He's pulling on his boogers though. Porygon Z. Again, some of these are pretty pretty creepy. We'll call them creepy. Like this Altaria here. I don't know if I would want the Altaria on my team if that was the case. Ho-Oh is pretty close. And then it kind of also looks like do I dare to say it? It kind of looks like Metazoo art. Old Metazoo art. Like if they were trying to pull what a couple games have done recently and get a little too close to the Pokemon characters. Solosis is pretty close. Venison is kind of a dolphin, so that makes sense that it would be pretty spot on. I like that heat more, but it's what is his tail? It's like a little steam whistle or something. That's pretty cool. We got a Flamigo that's tying his neck in a knot. Does Flamigo do that ever? Then oh no, that Doug Trio is cursed. And the look at that Lugia. That is absolutely wild. Waxley looking pretty good. We got gigant. Oh, we're even doing Gigantamaxes. So I guess you would have the description that they got the clouds around them. Necrozma, pretty spot on. Vanillite, I mean the ice cream Pokemon, not too far off. It's got the ice cream face in the middle of the cone. Interesting. Reuniclus, also pretty close to the real thing. I think these might be better than if somebody drew some of these. Like if they were trying to get as accurate as possible to the actual Pokemon, just based on memory. Like if you've seen and know the Pokemon, I've seen some pretty bad attempts at trying to draw the Pokemon just for memory. That might be a fun little activity for the future. Oh no, that that's creepy. Metacham, looking very human. Looking almost like a combination between Jinx and Metacham. Interesting stuff. Zacian's close. That one is definitely close. Rubbish. Yeah, he's a garbage bag. Ooh, Phalanx is also pretty close. Little interesting helmets going on. Little swap up there. Mega Rayquaza. That is cool. Not quite at what it's supposed to be, but it's getting there. Proportions are a little iffy. That Larvitar is derpy. We'll say derpy. Maybe we should. Wonder if we should get somebody to try and guess what the Pokemon is. If we take the name off of it, I think that would be fun. Maybe they can do that. Guess that Pokemon, leave the name off of it, and then reveal it afterwards. That'd be a fun little game. Probably get them some interaction. Very cool. Feebas with the kissy lips. Terrakion. What is going on with Terrakion? He's a cow with spikes on his head and weapons. Pretty cool. Centret looking very fuzzy. Panpour, very distinguished. Like that. Oh, baby. The shaman. Shaman just the straight up died. Like if you took a hedgehog, dyed him up, put a flower on him. Still not far off. Eevee seems to be going to Taco Bell. Over here, the Chihuahua dog Eevee. Gotta like it. Oh, does that prove that Eevee's a dog and not a fox? Is that proof? Quagsire. We got Mienfoo. Steenie. Venonat, not far off. Got the red eyes. The textures are a little different. Ekans is certainly interesting. I don't know where they got the tongue description for that, or if they just took their own creative liberties on it. We got Togepi. Yeah, you would guess. You would guess that. I don't know if I would guess Mesprit for this one though. That looks like a little bit humanoid going on, more so than an actual Mesprit. Machamp here. Crazy. That is one Geodude. Like that. Not that close. I mean, it's close in that he's like a rock with arms, but the colors took a little liberty with the colors on there. Why is Mew a pig? I do appreciate this. Is very fun to look through. You guys, if you want to, there's Jinx. Also looking a little more human than a Jinx typically does. Rowlet. Look at that Rowlet. Back turn, dancing around. He's got his hat and a stick up his butt. Okay. Herdier. I don't think I would have guessed that. Very cool. Knuckle stack. Beautifly. Okay. Oh no, Tinkatink. What did they do to you, Tinkatink? To be fair, the description is probably pretty hard to go off. If you've never seen that evolution line, then you'd have a rough time. We'd have to go through and look at the description itself. We're not going to do that today, but I implore you to go. If you have favorites, go look through what they were working with. Oh no, Duskull. Duskull, what happened? And where, I guess, yeah, that's crazy interesting. Like where they would get this for the Duskull. The skull. Eyeball in the middle. Very cool. Very interesting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you go give them a follow. If you want to support the channel here, got the link tree. Free ways to support are the best ways to support. PSA Pikachu, Secures Card Shop, Card Market, Buyee, Collector, discount codes. Click before you shop, affiliate links. Thank you to everyone that does. That's why anything and everything is free. Thank you for supporting the artist featured in the video here today and their child. And also shopping on Card Market if you're from Europe. If you're not from Europe, make a friend there that you trust and know. See you next time. Bye.